tonight we're going to talk with Mikey from Creeds and Mikey, and we're going to talk about why my volume is so loud. Sorry, I'm turning it down. And so, in order to make this amazing, I've got Mikey from Creeds and Mikey because he's been one of the most requested guests on the show. And here he is. Yay!
Thank you guys in the truck for all the fanfare, and Roy for the very loud music. I appreciate it. Roy, now let me give you a little something. Roy tests that music 15,000 times before we went live. And when we turn it on, what's Roy do? He puts it on 12. It just blows us all out.
I'm sorry.
But I'm glad to be here, Roy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's awesome to have you. You know, you were on here before. It's over a year ago. You were on here, and we were talking about multi-channel madness. Because you have so many YouTube channels. And I was like, how the heck are you managing all that? Because I have people ask me, how come you don't have a second channel? And I'm like, because one's enough. And then you prove that one is not enough, obviously.
Yeah, it's been one of those things where I have had to put a few of the things I wanted to do channel-wise on the other stuff on the back burner because, you know, having more success on one channel than another, and then trying to build that other channel to catch up with the other. You're always putting your other channels in competition with each other, like they're children. Like, you know, make daddy proud. Get out there and kick a goal, whatever it is. Let's punt a home run, whatever it takes. And going through that day in and day out is very taxing. So I did let off a little bit on the gas. I've got 3 channels that I'm constantly working on. Creed has got his jackpot channel that he's constantly working on. So it's balanced out, but I'm trying to get my sports channel back up and going again because I kind of let off of that just because I was working so much with just getting content together.
Yeah, and then you got a Facebook page out now that you have as well.
That is doing fantastic, by the way. I just want to say that.
It's hilarious.
I've neglected it so much. I need to do more of there because the process I thought with this was, okay, I'll start a Mikey Facebook and I'll do stuff on there that I'm not going to do anywhere else on those other channels because I wanted to do movie trailer reviews. I wanted to talk about movie trailers a lot. I love movies. I love horror movies, good or bad. I love them all. And I wanted to continue on doing those. And again, I got so swept up in the success of the one channel. It's kept me from doing anything else I really want to do because you don't want to let off the gas. You know, you start doing well and you're like, okay, what's the next number I can do? What's the next thing? How can, you know, at one point, you know, my biggest video was probably like 60,000 views. And now I've got several that are over 100,000. I've got one that's over 500,000. And so you're constantly challenging yourself to do more, not because just for yourself, but because your audience have an amazing community that shows up day in and day out. And to be able to bring them something different each and every day means a lot to me. I want them to look forward to it, and when it's over, be happy they were there.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of work too. So
you do have an amazing community. I just get such a kick out of going over and watching one of your channels when you guys are live, and you guys are hilarious, and the just great community that you have that reach out and so supportive, and they just really keep the party going. It's like you start a party and everybody shows up, and it's just an amazing group that you have that's on all your channels. So it's that's really,
it's amazing. The core audience, you know, I look at analytics all the time, and I know that 70% of my views are coming from people who aren't even subscribed to the channel. So, you know, 30% of them aren't, and that 30% are just die hard as far as like maybe it's a saying that we use or a callback to something we said several shows ago. You know, they know the little ins and outs, and they're there for the punchline. They know that we're not coming in there. There's a time to be serious. Yes, sometimes there's been many times we've been serious. We've lost people. to different things. We've had people that are having personal struggles that that just kind of come out of nowhere. And for those situations, we are serious. We can be very serious, but for the most part, we're not taking ourselves serious. We don't want other people to take us serious. We just want them to show up and just have a good time. Otherwise, it's the same day in day out where people need a break. People need to get
Yeah.
away from stuff for a little while. They need, and we want to be that breath out for them. We want to be there for them when they're ready to have a good time.
Yeah. You life's too short to take it too serious.
Yeah,
So
it really is. It really
there,
is.
there's a bunch of people out here. Let's say hi to a few of these people. We'll try to say hi. There's so many out here. I don't know if I can say hi to all of them, but we're going to try. Let's see how
That's
many.
all right. Oh, and we're at the races. I'm going
Yeah,
to
we're
come
at the
around turn number
races.
4.
Yeah. I thought that was good. Yeah. So I have been going live for 3 years on Tuesday nights. Thank you. Thank you, Iowa Backyard Cam. Yeah, congratulations
Look,
to
I've
you.
been around so long that the people who are watching my channel have their own channels now. Like Iowa, she's got a simple thing. She's got cameras in her backyards that show all the little critters running around her place.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's amazing. I love to see all the different stuff come through. And Iowa's one of those long time supporter that now has her own cool little channel, which I
That
love.
is that is fantastic. Let's see. Say like yoga pants, kitchen court chats. Early ready for Mikey. We're hitting the. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up. Thank you everybody
Thank you, Salem.
that subscribed just to see the show tonight. I really do appreciate that. Thank you all. I definitely shout outs to all you. Like
Good to
the
see everybody.
notification on. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Kitchen court chats. Do you have like courtroom
That's great.
dramas in your kitchen court?
See, I've told her a million times. What I would do was I would cook. I'd come up with a recipe, and I would cook during court, stopping here and there and talking about, and then have a recipe in a meal to share with people at the end of each day. People love recipes. It's kind of the whole,
Yeah.
like here's how you make this kind of thing. But at the same time, bringing in people for court. If I was a woman and I had a kitchen, I'd do that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Nobody wants to see an old fat guy cook anything. Kind
Cooking
of wild. Good
channels.
to see you.
Cooking channels are huge. So
Yeah, they are.
says, hey Mikey, I hope all is well with you
Hey,
too. You guys, you put us little channels to shame. Your channel's so professional. I need some lessons. Well,
I do too.
that is something I can do. I can't help you with car chases or courtroom drama or just people just being crazy. But my channel does focus on helping content creators, and so definitely, I always hate my little chat thing won't show the hand
Yeah,
pink
I
hand
don't think
waving there.
any of them do. Any of them do.
Mommy God, hey Lala, thank you so much. Lala is one of the most awesome people. She's been with me since day one. We both went through
I love it.
Alita challenge live every day in April with Livestreaming Pros, and it's their fault. It's their fault why I live stream now, because I got the bug. And so, well, the Cool Kids Club and another chat. Hey, thank you so much, Erica. Thank you for coming by.
Good to see Erica.
Yeah.
Win Law, what's going on?
Hey, big,
Good to see everybody. I know a lot of these people, Roy.
Yeah, this is definitely your community. They are fantastic people. I love watching you guys live on all your channels. I bounce around. I'll join up for membership so I can see the members only stuff
Oh yeah.
periodically. But at the same time, I'm trying to do all my stuff to get my channel going. Kay, say hi. Hey, Mikey, push play. LOL, sorry, force the habit.
Yes. They're always on me. And that's the great thing. People, I call my chat the world's most dangerous chat because you never know what's coming out. But at the same time, they are the best group of people where a lot of people don't understand the humor they have, the sense of humor, just they're very welcoming, but people just don't get it. They don't understand that, oh, Bill, we know you're here for free food. You don't understand. If you don't understand it, I can see that it looks intimidating from the outside. But once you get in there, say, there's me saying, hey, once you get in there, it's like you felt like you've been there the whole time. It's not clicky. We don't keep people out. We, just come in and have a good time.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, how
Roy,
you doing?
3 years. Can you
I
believe
know.
it? 3 years?
I know. My wife's like, it only feels like 6 months. I'm like thinking to myself, thank goodness, because I wasn't sure you were gonna like me doing this. So I I'm so glad it only feels like 6 months because my daughter's like, yeah, you haven't been doing this for 6 months. No, So after tonight, we're all troublemakers. Yes, you guys are all troublemakers now. So
That's right.
welcome, welcome. Troublemakers are welcome. So music, yeah.
That's some
What
music.
part of tech troublemaker do you not get?
I know, right? He's just coming in, he's giving me a hard time, right?
Yeah, multi-channel
But
madness. Yes, definitely. That was a good episode. Sounds familiar. Ha ha. Hey, y'all doing well today? Yes, I think we are doing pretty good. Mommy guys saying hi
H&W,
to Roy,
thank
Mikey.
you.
Yep. Grim
Roy,
Skull.
now
Yes,
let
sir.
me ask you this. It's
No.
3 years in, three
Yeah.
years. Where do you envision yourself being 3 years from now? What are you looking to change? What are you looking to improve? Now I'm gonna put you on the spot. You've done what you've done up this time. You've taken everything you've learned from the last 3 years. You
Yeah.
wadded up into a beautiful ball. Now, where do you go with this ball? What are you going to do next?
So a couple things are happening behind the scenes. I'm working on a little bit higher production value on my videos. So
Me
I
too.
I I know that my recorded videos do better than my live streams, but you would
Same.
tell me the same thing. The live streams are where the fun is. The adrenaline rush of hitting that go live button, interacting live with our fantastic communities. Just those are things I cherish, and I am so grateful and thankful, and I'm very humbled by the people that come and watch our shows. And so I just want them to know how much I really appreciate them and their support. And so I love cutting up, having a good time. I also try my best to make sure that I'm putting out good information, something that's going to help move them forward if content creation is something that they're struggling with and they're working on. I joke I'm kind of like the mechanic that's got his cars up on the concrete blocks out back because I'm too busy working on other people's stuff to help them with their
Mm-hmm.
stuff than I am to do my own.
Yeah.
So some people say, "Why haven't you grown faster?" Because I'm helping others, and so I'd rather go grow slow than I would to get big fast and lose my mind. And it's you get fed by that crowd, and you suddenly want I gotta have the biggest channel on the internet. No,
Yeah.
I want a small channel. I don't want to get huge because then all the fun will go away. So that's it. And so I've got Zen and the Art of Content Creation video coming out soon. That kind of talks about the highs and lows of content creation and talks about celebrating the achievements that you've made. And so I spending time in a Zen garden to get some B-roll for it. It's going to be a very unique video for my channel. But I have some others as well. I have uh, I have a video coming up where I use Minion's Operation Game to explain content creation.
That should be interesting.
Yes, it will be. So,
That seems more at my speed. That might help me a lot. But
yeah,
I get what you're saying, man.
yeah,
I'll never understand YouTube audiences that are outside the know of your own crowd
yeah,
because I hear it day in day out. I put up do uploads of stuff. I
so,
do the live stuff, but you'll never be able to make everybody happy, no matter what you do, no
yeah,
matter what you do. And I hear it all the time, like, why don't you just upload videos? Why do you need to talk? Why do you need to do this and do that with these people? It's because it's so much more fulfilling
yeah,
to have this audience to be able to talk to and hear what they have to say
mm,
and include them in your daily routine and feel like you've given them something.
yes,
You know, it, I'm sure if I just did uploads, I never said a word. I was a faceless channel where I just put up videos day and now, I would have 10 times the number of
mm,
everything, top to bottom. No doubt in my mind. Because I can look and see that, when I do an upload, how many people we get from it, how many subscribers we get from that. And then I can look at live and I know when I look at the live, I'm going to see negative numbers. I'm going to see we lost X amount of people
yeah,
for every live. I think this last month, I think we picked up around 4,000 new subscribers,
wow,
and then in the live, we lost 300 subscribers. And I know that's, it would have been 4,300, but we lost 300. Why? Because people don't get it. People
Yeah.
don't understand what you're trying to do. And that's fine. Not everybody has to get the concept. Hey, it's Chrissy and them gifter. Not
Hey.
everybody has to understand that. And as long as you're understanding it and you've got that group of people that are getting it too,
Yeah.
you can't make everyone happy. You drive yourself crazy reading comments. You know, most of them are good, but there's bad ones in there, and those are the ones that I remember in my own mind. So I know I don't need to be reading those. I'll look at a video and I'll have 1,000 likes and 23 dislikes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what have I done? And I'm
Yeah.
not seeing that 1,000. All I'm seeing is that 23 people that are give it a thumbs down. Why? I have no idea. That was what they wanted to do, but I
Yeah.
don't. You don't see that, and that's why I know every few months I need to step away. I need to take a break for like a week, and it's not so much that I'm not still putting up content, but I'm not on that schedule where I know I'm every month putting out somewhere between 80 and 100 videos each and every month.
Mm.
So when I look at that, I know there'll come a time I can feel myself getting to that point where it's like, okay, I've got to step away for like a week. I'll still put up one or two videos a day, but I won't do any
Yeah.
lives. I won't do anything else. And that allows my schedule then to just putting off a few things. You can feel it all shrink back down a little bit and become a little more manageable. Whereas when you're on your full schedule, it's like you're just juggling. Like I told you, I was like, you finish one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of having time to say, oh, I should go put this up on Facebook, or I should go to Instagram, or I should go over here, or put this on Twitter, you're like, okay, you're over one wall, let's get over the next one, and then the next one. And then it's a cycle where I know I quit working, like today's, I quit working at like 5 o'clock, say 5:15. I ate dinner. By 6:30, I was working on the next day's content.
Yeah.
I stopped to do this with you. I'll start working on the next thing, and I'll be up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
And it's not because I have to, I choose to, because I want to give everybody my best. I'm not the best guy on YouTube, far from it. But I know I've said this before, I can outwork the best guy. If I can outwork you and I can put in more work and I can put out more in the long run, I'm building something for myself that's going to be there. Hopefully, as you build evergreen content, which I'm seeing now, you're setting yourself up 5 years down the road when you decide to quit and never do anything else with YouTube, that you still have that footprint that
Yeah.
you've left on YouTube, where not just income wise, but just entertainment wise, you've put out something that hopefully can carry on beyond you. And I love that. If nothing else, I'll leave something that my children and my grandchildren and their grandchildren hopefully will be able to see and say, "Hey, I know that guy. This is my grandfather. This is my great grandfather. Whatever." And like, wow, he was crazy. Mama Llama, what's going on? Good to see you.
Hey.
Um, and it's just, it's not a legacy, but it's something to have there. It's a bubble. Yes, it is. It's a bubble to get away from everything. We come on inside
Yeah.
and you just get out when you've had enough. But, I get all that, and I see people all the time. They're like, man, if I could just get my channel to 1,000.
Mm.
Well, once you get to that 1,000, then what? What are you going to think of next? And
Yeah.
it does become, it can either be a hobby or it can be a job.
Yeah.
And once you get to a certain point, it's going to change from that hobby to a job. And that's when you need to make that decision of like, okay, do I go all in or do I just back out? And I see that all the time. People just, quitting YouTube, walking
Yeah.
away from it. And it's not for everybody. It's not as easy as people think.
It is definitely not easy. I've done videos where I talked about how hard YouTube is. We were talking, before the show about like all the promo stuff and all that stuff that people don't think about. To where you kind of you go to other social media platforms and let everybody know, hey, I'm going to be live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come see
Yeah.
me. So let's see. We're gonna have the award ceremony here. This is this is some of my milestones since July
Heck yeah.
23rd of 2021. So hang on, I didn't put any videos. What the heck? We need to be in the picture, don't we? Hang on, let's fix this. Let's fix this.
Are we going
There
to
we
see
go.
something like old Roy in a minute, like Roy's first show? This was
Oh,
when Roy had long hair and he was a hippie. We all told him to cut his hair.
I don't recommend anybody watching my first show. I think everybody should run quickly and say no, don't do it. Anyway, yeah, my first shows were kind of rough. So in the 3 years, I've gained 717 subscribers, and I've had 119.6 thousand views. Now, since the channel has started, I have done 528 videos. So Mr. Beast says you have to do 50 to 100 bad videos before you get good, and I've done 528 bad videos. So I got to be getting close. So
I don't know if I agree with that number, Mr. BC. He definitely knows more than me, but I think it's kind of higher to me in my mind. I felt like I did a lot more than that. But yeah, I get that. It's a process for sure. It's a
yeah,
lot to build on, and you staying at it for 3 years alone is enough to be commended, because people start channels and walk away so quickly. Even people that are in my chat, they'll be like, hey, I'm starting a channel, and then I'll go to see what's going on, and they're gone. They're
yeah.
gone. They're not there anymore. Thank you, Chaos.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the folks out there. Thanks for coming by tonight. So, same Sue. I remember when you had under 100 subscribers. Yes, yes, I do. I remember that too. So, yeah, my first videos were horrible. I was a nervous wreck, and I was doing tech
Really?
news. Oh yeah, I
Was
was a
it
nervous.
live, or was
It
this
was
like,
live because
okay?
I didn't want to edit, so I thought, well, I'll do it live. I had just done
There you
like
go.
done like half a month of live videos every day in a group on Facebook to learn how to get comfortable being live, and so I got out there. Hey,
Good
Hunter,
to see you, Hunter.
Thomas Charles, how you doing? Oop, there you go. Thanks for having us. Yeah, thank you so much for being here tonight. Um, and so this is just kind of just a celebration. I was like, Mikey, you're awesome. So I got questions for you, sir. So
Okay.
what would you consider one of the highlights of your channel? Yeah, you probably have multiple, so it's probably hard to choose one. But if you could
Wow.
think of a couple of the highlights of your channel, because you like I said, your community is so awesome.
I mean, I could talk about the successes with uploads, but to me, the successes we've had with our live audience and interacting with people. We had a chase where it was live, and we had over 3,000 people, all talking at once. Everybody was in there, and I was impressed by that. I was like, wow, there's over 3,000 people in here all talking at once. And by the time it was over, I think we'd done like 15,000 views on the video just during the
Wow.
live. And, you know, I'm humbled every day. Every day is a highlight almost, because I'm surprised every day that people show up.
Hmm.
Every time I go live and I watch, like within the first 10 seconds, there's, 150 people there, you know. And now I remember a time where I was shocked that there were 10 people there. And now to look and see like over 500 people for every live, we got a chase that happens, and just the community is the highlight, to be honest with you, because there's too much. I got like probably 4,000 videos at this time.
Wow.
So it's more those moments of like going out and meeting people that, I've gone to LA to do a meetup, which was amazing. I loved that. It was so much fun to meet people. I did one in Florida. Um, and just to get to meet people and be surprised that they were willing to travel from Canada or Iowa, or even if they were in Florida, it was, just to see that people were willing to come and just want to meet you and talk and things like that. I mean, I've experienced that kind of stuff during working in radio for so many years,
Mm.
but it wasn't like this. This is, to try and compare radio with this, it's impossible. It
Yeah.
really is, because in radio, you can hide so many things, you can work around so many things. But with this, it's so much more hands on with your audience. Each and every one of these people means so much to me. Um, they are the highlight. They are the day that they're gone is the day I'm gone.
Mm.
There's no reason for me to do it any other
Yeah.
way.
What state seems to have the most chase videos? Is it Arkansas? I know at one time it was big Arkansas.
Well, here's the misconception. People say, "Oh, it's California," but it's
Mm-hmm.
only because California has a huge budget that they spend on these police choppers. So they're up. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of chases going on in America every week. I mean, there's no shortage. It's just the fact of either A, they don't have money for a chopper to be over the top of it like they do in LA, or you got some place like Arkansas that is insane. The police in Arkansas are the last people I would ever want to mess with. And I'm sure it's probably the same way in Georgia or Texas and things like that. But they are unbridled and not held back at all when they're after somebody. They're not letting them get away. If they're getting away, it's either because they've crashed or they're on a motorcycle, which is never a good idea to try and chase somebody on a motorcycle on country roads, because you're going to lose them every time.
Mm-hmm.
But Arkansas, to me, right now, is the most important state for car chases. California is not it. Not it.
So,
If we sat around waiting for chases there, we watch one video every week and a half. It's just the way it is. There's
so
nothing there. And with body cams being so more prevalently used, everybody's using them now, and the dash cams, it's opened up a whole new world to car chases where it doesn't have to be from a chopper. It doesn't have to be. You're getting your own little story that's
mhm.
coming out of these body cams and dash cams. So to me, the hottest place for chases right now is Arkansas, hands down.
So to that end, are you going to do a meetup in Arkansas?
No, simple as that. Simple as that. No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Nobody. There's nothing for me to visit in Arkansas. If they enter, maybe the police department wants me to come down there for something, sure. But Mikey vacation in Arkansas, not happening. It's not happening. There's nothing for me there. It's in trouble.
I was
I'm in
just
trouble
thinking
there.
you could go thank people. I thank you so much for the content you gave my channel. I just want to let you know. Go
I
by and do a visit.
appreciate you.
Visit some prison. Hey, were you in that car chase? Man, you were amazing.
It's one of these things that one day we joke about it. Like one day somebody's going to shout us out in one of these videos. I mean, they're going to expect us to see this one day. So I joke about that all the time. That like that's going to happen. It's going to happen one of these days. It'll happen. And
Yeah.
if it does, great. If it doesn't, it's all cake from here on out. It's all good. All
Hey,
good.
Florence, how you doing tonight? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I was like, yeah. What happens if you meet somebody that you show featured on your show in the chase? What's your plan? You got an exit strategy for that?
You know, that's a good point, Roy. Going back to radio, I used to get tons of letters from guys in prison that would listen to the show and stuff, and they'd write, and they'd all sign it and stuff. You get a letter every week from prison, and there was one point in time where a couple of them were like, "Hey, we're getting out next week. We'd love to hang out with you guys." And so we had to keep an eye out for like an entire month that we were afraid, these ex inmates were going to show up at the radio station. So we're all like buddy system walking out to the car all the time. We're looking over our shoulders and stuff like, are these guys going to really show up? But yeah, it's it's one of those things where, you're nice to everybody. You're nice, you smile, shake hands, take a picture, and move on down the line. But I get that. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense.
Yeah, here's my biggest fan, by the way. So my wife.
Oh, I applaud her for putting up with you for this long.
Yeah, I
Congrats. She needs
often
that trophy from earlier.
yeah, she deserves a trophy for hanging out with me this long. That's for sure. Because I've often said I have no idea what sin you committed that I am your punishment for, but thank God that happened.
Hey, I said it today during the show. Somebody was saying something. It was their 25th wedding anniversary, and I think their name was Saint something. I was like, wow. And so one of y'all has to be a saint to put up with the other one. There's always one saint in the couple, and the other one's just a pain in the neck. So, but it works out. That's the way it's supposed to be. If you're both pains in the neck, you're in the divorce court.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, KC, funny to see you here. Everybody's out
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
KCC has a great channel. She's out of Canada. She has a great audience as well. Thank you for the licks, the likes, and the love. It means a
yeah.
lot.
Thank you so much for that. Yes, yep. Hey, David, how you doing tonight? Spooling around there. Yep. So, wow, there's just so many folks. I can't shout out everybody. I'm gonna try though. Mikey
No,
taught me off Facebook and on YouTube, and then on the streaming, and that was a great thing you did, Mikey, talking to her off
yeah.
Facebook because Facebook keeps trying to do video and they keep falling on their face. They do
Facebook
they do reels
says
okay.
they want
Yeah.
you to, put content over there for people, but
Yeah.
they have a huge problem over there where you put up a video and you can count that it's going to happen within an hour of it going up. You're going to have all these false claims of
Mm-hmm.
things on your video that they want you to then go and fight against. But one time we were monetized over there. We were making money over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it got to like, oh, well, we're taking this back. You can't do that. And all of a sudden you approved me 6 months ago and I'm doing the exact same thing now. And now all of a sudden you're trying to say something and there's no one to talk to. You can't talk to a soul over there. You can't get somebody to look at anything. So I gave up on Facebook. I mean, we still put stuff over there for people that want to
Yeah.
be over there just because we want to provide it to them. But I was like, I can't do this. For all the shortcomings YouTube has, Facebook is a million times worse to work for.
Yeah.
Million times worse.
You know, I know you've had some challenges where you got demonetized on YouTube because of strange day of the week policies that YouTube came up with. What I mean, what's kind of been
Three
the
times.
toughest challenge that you had out of those three, and what did you do to kind of resolve that?
It was both times. Oh, well, three times it happened. First two
Mm,
times were the worst. Third time, not so bad. The first two times, I got sick instantly as soon as I saw it said I had lost monetization.
mm,
And, in my heart, I knew I was in the right. In my mind, I knew I was in the right. But I was so worried about trying to convince them because anybody that's never been demonetized, the first thing they tell you to do is make a video.
mm,
We want you to make a video and you need to do this, 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 and this, and this just for us to watch your video.
mm.
Going into that is so, I mean, it's nerve wracking. And you want to do it immediately. You're like, oh my God, I got to do it right now. And I had made my first video and I said, you know what? I'm going to delete that. I was like, that is just me rushing it to get done. So I deleted it right away. And I started over and I just spoke from my heart. I said, look, this is what I'm doing. This is me on the screen right here. You see me doing it. I'm just like this channel, and this channel. All these channels are monetized, have millions of views, and I'm doing the exact same thing. So if my channel can't be monetized, I would suggest you look into these channels too because they're doing the same thing. And within like an hour, hey, good news. You're back. We're going to sorry about that. And, I was kind of blown away. I was like, okay, maybe that's it. And then boom, it happened on another channel.
Mm.
And I said, okay, I think I've got the formula of what I need to say and do. I hit all those posts again, exactly the same stuff. Boom, within like 2 or 3 hours, got the channel back. And then on the last one, I'm like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not even worried about this. Give me a day, kids, and I'll get this all back. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I see people all the time that are struggling because I tell people it's not if your channel is going to be demonetized, it's when it's going to be demonetized. And that is what you need to be ready for. Don't think your channel's special. It's going to happen to you. Just be ready for it. And I see these people that lose monetization, they can't get it back. They do their whole thing and still don't get it back. And I'm like, it's because of what you're saying and doing, not what you're doing wrong in your content so much. It's the way you present it back to them that they say, okay, yeah, all right, this is he said the right things. He said that, yep, he's right.
Yeah.
You got to prove your point. You can't just sit there and say, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. This is oh, I'm sorry. You've got to prove your point, and you've got to quote them, quote their community guidelines, quote their copyright stuff. Go in there, talk about fair use. Fair use is my best friend. I mean, that's why I'm able to do the stuff I'm doing right now. And if you don't know those things, it's not just so much as saying, oh, it's fair use. Know what that means. Know what you need to do to fall under that. Because until then, you're going to keep making the same mistakes over and over.
Yeah. Great stuff. Let's talk about some of the many places they can find you. I'm sorry, that's my page, my channel.
Oh, that's Roy. Look, that good Roy. Oh, don't worry about me, Roy. I'm just like coming hanging out with you, man.
I do, man. I if there's anybody that happens to be in the chat that's not subscribed to you, I want them to go subscribe to you because you guys put on such a great show, and I just love. The only thing I always hate is that, man, why do people act so stupid? I feel bad because I'm like, man, if they just, why did they choose to do that? I don't understand. So here we go. We got a chase, and then this one is we've got a case. I love watching the courtroom craziness there.
Look, I like the analytics over here. We got all kinds of analytics going on.
Yeah.
Look, the one thing I need to say about We Got a Chase channel, I need to do more on it. There's so many more things I want to do. Credence and Mikey's in a good spot. The stuff that I've got going over there, I'm very happy with. It's going in the right direction. I just need to turn things around for We Got a Chase. It's doing all right. I mean, I can't complain.
Yeah.
It's got a good audience too. But it's one of those things of like, if the hot donut sign isn't on, nobody's buying donuts. I need people to be buying donuts even when I'm not there. It's just when we're live, it's like, it's become one of those things where when it's live, that's what's going on. Now with We Got a Case, it's doing great too. I'm very happy with it. It's been a learning curve because again, the court case people are ruthless. You'll go in there, and if you don't get it the way they want it, or you maybe have talked over something or whatever, you pause too many times, they're coming for you, man. They are a cutthroat bunch.
Wow.
And there's so many big court channels that it's like tribes. There's the Law Talk with Mike tribe. It's like each one. They've got people that go out and they're like, if you're not this channel, well, then your channel's terrible. Where I tell my people, don't never go into somebody else's chat and show your ass. Come on. You're representing me. Don't go in there and say rude stuff. If you got something rude to say, don't say it. Just leave. Just walk out of the room. Whereas you got all these other people that are, and it's not all of them. It's just every channel has it where it's like they just love to come in and say stuff.
Yeah.
They just want to say something rude. But I'm happy. There's my awesome Facebook where I let people in the family post anything they want. I can tell you, I have not taken down one single thing that's been posted on this channel, on this page. Excuse me. But yeah,
And
you can find me over on Facebook. And like I said, I want to go live over there more and do things.
yeah,
I've just staying so busy, Roy. So
yeah.
busy.
I love the memes that your audience posts out there. They are hilarious. So
They're
it's
funnier
just
than me. I say that every day. The chat is way funnier than I am. It's
yeah,
just a simple fact. Simple
just
fact.
amazing stuff there. I like that. Let's go back, shout out some more folks here. Let's see. Uh, the game is you do you.
That's right. You
And
do
then
you.
Bill says I spent a lot of time raking the sand in the Zen garden. That's what I call the cat litter box. So
Damn it, Roy. But all right, Roy, I'm gonna ask you this, Roy. Let me ask you. If you could go back 3 years and
mm.
tell young, dark haired, dark beard, happy, go lucky, hippie Roy some advice, what would you give yourself right now?
uh, well, first I would say don't take it so serious. I went through a phase where I would get burned out once or twice a year because I felt like it was a game of feed the hamster wheel because
Mm,
you'll get a video that does well, and then I gotta get another video out there, and then you got family and you got other stuff going on that you have to take care of, responsibilities and fixing things, keeping a roof over your head, and that type of
yeah,
thing, and so I a couple times I became so obsessed with YouTube that my wife had to say, "You are obsessed. You need to stop." And so that was the greatest thing she could do for me is that she woke me up. That's what I love about my wife. She can tell me anything. It's okay for her to hurt my feelings. Um, so um, so the other thing I would tell myself is do not get so locked in. The other part would probably uh, I probably should have turned this into a business much earlier
mm,
because I've spent so much on equipment, and this is I haven't made any money at all, and that's fine. But there's that mindset you got to have the best gear right away,
uh,
and so I
I'm
had
glad I didn't have that mindset.
yeah, gear acquisition syndrome. They call it, gas. You get gas as a YouTuber, and the shiny things. Ooh, look, Elgato's got this new thing out. Oh wow, I need to go get that. Okay, I've got the 15 button Stream Deck. This isn't enough. I need the extra large Stream Deck, and I gotta have that Sony camera, and I gotta have this light and everything. When most people could do everything on their phone. They
Pretty
absolutely
much.
can. I'm doing a morning kind of morning thoughts show on kind of videos on my channel now. I don't know who that's for, but I like it because it gives me a chance just kind of it's kind of like a video diary. It really is. This is what's on my mind. This is what I'm thinking about right now. Not to take this so serious. That was the first thing. Second of all, if it stops being fun, stop doing it. And then third of all, I probably should have really focused better on picking my niche. I don't know if I found a niche yet still, but I like what I'm doing. And the ones that have said, "Hey, this is great. Thank you so much for doing this video. This is really helpful." Makes me feel like I'm in the right place. And so I just want to keep doing that. So it took me a while. I pivoted 3 times till I landed here. Um,
Every time I remember before I even knew Roy, I would come by and I'd see his channel, and every time I was like, man, he looks and sounds like every like tech channel guy I've ever seen. I feel like I can listen to him and he knows what he's talking about. I mean, you could have not had an idea what you were talking about, but because just your presentation and it looked so much better than anything I was doing, I was like, oh my God. See, I had the complete opposite where I used a board that had been purchased at Goodwill that had cigarette burns on it and the longest, I don't know, maybe Leonard Skinner had owned it. I don't know. It was old. It ran, It did what
Yeah.
I needed it to, and I had it for 2.5 years. It was a $5 board from the
Yeah.
Goodwill, and you know, I have now since then upgraded a few things. I need to get new computers. I haven't. I have the same computers I've had for the last 3.5 years. I haven't got new computers. I'm sure I probably need to, but at the same time, I'm like, no one's complained yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't got to the point where anybody's like, oh, you guys are way behind the curve. So I feel like, I'm behind the curve. I know I am, but right now I feel like I'm still able to stay in the curve just enough where I don't have to
Yeah.
spend money yet. But I can get that. It can get expensive. And if you really get gung ho, like, I need this, this is what's going to put me up here with this guy. This is what's going to
Yeah.
get me over the edge. And it's not so. It's not
And
going to
and,
do it.
and and that's the other part is that it's not the equipment. It's
No.
it's it's the information you provide. And if you have a personality,
Content
which I've been thinking about getting one, if you have a personality, then and people are like that, then
content
it
is
works.
king for
Yeah.
sure. But second, right behind that is, if you're going to put your face on there, you got to have that personality that you're selling yourself just as much as you're selling people on. Hey,
Yeah.
you need to watch this. This is what you need to watch. You also need to be on my team. You need to be part of this family.
Yeah.
So all those things do come hand in hand. But to me, equipment is the last thing anyone needs to worry about. As long as you can get something up there
Yeah.
that's getting across your point, it's visually there, you need to be able to be heard. Those things are so much, those are way more key things. I go by channels all the time that look amazing, and the
Mm-hmm.
people look amazing, and the production qualities, just
Mm-hmm.
wow. And I'll say, wow, what's going on here? And I'll look, and they've got 800 subscribers. They've got 500 subscribers, but yet they're putting out a million subscriber productions
Mm-hmm.
for a small audience. And I'm like, is that the right way to go? Where you've set yourself up like, here I am, take me to the prom, I'm dressed, and then the car never comes. Yeah, I don't want that letdown. I can't, that
Yeah.
letdown crushes me. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Not at
I
all.
I I agree. Yeah, it's every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Yes, if you're on Eastern time, it's every Tuesday at 9 p.m. And if you're on Pacific time, it's every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Yeah. Happy 3 years. Hey, Stuart, welcome. How you doing, sir? Me too. Hey, LOL Bill.
Good to
Humble
see
brag.
you. Humble brag. That's right. Humble bragging. Watch out. I love these people. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man. It's stuff like that. And here's another example. Kay was a viewer for a long time, and now
Yeah.
Kay has a very successful court channel too. And
That's awesome.
it's one of those things where I feel happy to
Mm-hmm.
see these people who were, we used to call them P1s in the radio business. Those are your biggest fans, your
Mm-hmm.
your top viewers, have success doing things. You know, it's their dream too. They
Yeah.
want to do this, and they're getting something out of it. So I'm very excited about that. Very happy.
10,000 subscribers. I guess you was talking about one of your channels. Yeah. The thing that whole comment about um that the tide rises lifts all ships in the harbor, and that's the way I'm like I love when my friends are successful too because I want
Yeah,
them to definitely move. They didn't appreciate your drumming. Your drumming
yeah,
was
that's right. People, at one point I was drumming a lot there. I'm always looking for something. Roy. I'm one of those guys who need lots of gags and whatnot to get me over with the crowd.
it says YouTube Zap subscriptions. Check to make sure you're still subscribed. Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, that happens a lot where people are like, all of a sudden, oh yeah, Satan comes by. Satan
Yeah.
Satan comes by a lot. Satan's a huge part of people love. Look,
Yeah.
if people, I don't want anybody to be like, it's not a religious thing. It's just a joke. Satan,
Yeah.
Satan comes by and he says stuff, and he's Satan's actually an attorney. So I mean, when he comes by and he's giving legal advice, it's hard to say no. You let him on the show. He's like, hey, Mikey, what's going on? I'm like, Satan, how are you doing today? Oh, Mikey, well, same old, same old. Well, don't say yourself short, bud. You're pretty amazing. Oh, thank you. Did I tell you, OJ Simpson was here the other day? That kind of stuff where I did a bit where OJ was in hell. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with OJ, but to me it was funny.
No, yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of your show with Satan on, so yeah,
Satan's
that's
rowdy. He gets in there and he does work and he leaves. He's just one of those people. He's even got an outro songs. I mean,
yeah.
you can't shake a guy who's just out there trying
Uh,
to make a buck. He's trying to get over with the crowd.
yeah, that's if you try to please everyone, you want to please no one. Yeah,
Yeah, learned
including
that a long time
yourself.
ago.
Those are trolls,
It is.
Mikey.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. It still bothers me when I read it, but I handle it a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better. That's right. Before she could see, before her eyesight was restored, I'm sure you did lots of thumbs down. But that's all right. Those don't count. We're blind. Yeah, it happens.
Can't please
Now you
everyone
can
and
see that.
guaranteed tick off. Yeah, you guaranteed tick off somebody if you try to please everyone. So, I don't take that serious anymore. I have people bash me, and I'm like, well, that's your opinion, and maybe I'm just not your cup of tea. But I'm trying. Everybody's saying hi to my I'm new to your channel. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much, Elisa. Yeah, thank you.
I'm
Welcome,
telling
welcome.
anybody, like, Roy, for one thing, Roy's the nicest guy. He makes me feel calm when I listen to him talk, because I don't know how it is when you and your wife are like chit chatting and things like that. If you're this calm all the time, I'd be like, "Thank you, honey. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful conversation. You've really de-escalated the situation, brought me down. I really appreciate that." But Roy always makes me feel at ease. He explains things when I come and watch a show. He'll explain things that I don't want to say he dumbs it down for me, but I feel like he's dumbing it down for me. I mean, I feel like I can understand when Roy tells me stuff. I want Roy to call me with bad news. I'm hiring Roy right now, put him on the payroll. Anytime something bad happens, I want him to call me up and be like, "Mikey." I'm like, "Roy, hey, buddy, just letting you know, everything's fine, but the IRS wants to talk to you. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to get upset. It's all going to be fine. But the IRS is here and they want to talk to you. They've just confiscated all the books. They just kicked your family out of the house. But don't worry. It's all going to be good, buddy.
It's
Don't
okay.
you
The
worry,
Holiday Inn
pal.
Express is down the road. You'll
That's
be
fair.
fine.
You'll be fine, bud.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Roy's got a great channel, not just because it's not just what he's telling you, it's the guy he is. You can tell that he's a legit guy. I mean, I watch so many things on, I know some people are putting on characters to do with this, to do with that. But Roy's one of those genuine dudes that, like, I feel good after I watched Roy. It's kind of like therapy. I feel better. I've decompressed.
I have no idea what he's talking about. So just have to just accept. I'll just take that as your opinion, okay?
That's my opinion. I enjoy listening to Roy because he relaxes me. He makes me feel happy. He makes me feel like, I'm safe here.
I'm like ASMR for people that need help sleeping.
And Roy knows what he's talking about. He knows he's done the work. He's put in the hours. He's got all those bad videos Mr. Beast said you had to put out.
That's right. I took care of the bad ones for
I'm
you.
still making the bad ones right now. So I'm waiting for my second to get over the hump. But the dedication, I mean, that's the thing people ask all the time. What does it take to have a successful channel? It's dedication.
Yeah.
You got to be persistent and consistent. Those are the top two things. As long as you continue to do those things, you can have a channel. I'm not saying you're going to have 1 million subscribers, but you can have a successful, rewarding channel.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is.
I don't want 1 million subscribers. I
Yeah.
just want an audience that cares about each other, that finds the information valuable, that I'm helping in some way, because I'm not helping. My why is helping others, and so just trying to help other content creators get their stuff out there. People get their start. Those folks like you've inspired to hit that go live button and make that channel. That's fantastic. And That's one of the most rewarding parts about this is when I see other people doing channels and they're putting stuff out there, and yeah. Let's see,
If I can do
Olroy.
it, anybody can do
Yes, I'm
it. Yes,
Olroy. That's
Olroy.
the Walmart brand dog food. So
Olroy will call me up and tell me good things.
funny enough, I used
But
to
it,
work for Walmart, but that was a long time ago.
did you? Oh my
I
goodness.
did, yeah. Confession time.
I used to
What
work for
else
Little
get?
Caesars Pizza, so don't. We're right there. I'm right
I
there with you.
I delivered for Domino's for a week, but that job sucked.
That's
I
such a
quit. This is
that is a
before
terrible
GPSs
job.
though. This was before GPSs. I one night I went to deliver a pizza. I looked at the map, and then I drove to deliver the pizza, and the road wasn't there because they had decided to close the road, but the map didn't have it updated. So I am like trying to like so I'm like trying to find. I call the store. I'm like, I can't find it. Oh yeah, they closed that road. You got to go around this other way. Why don't we update the map? It's like so yeah. Yeah, so it's just crazy stuff. I got to the store one night to go to work, and they like hand me pizza. Go deliver his pizza now. I hadn't picked up a money bag or anything, so I get to the guy, and he's like trying to give me $100 bill. I don't have any money. I'm sorry, they didn't give me a bag. I don't know what to do. You got some? You break some change or something? I don't have anything, so I can I write you a check. Yeah, it's fine. So, but it's like stuff I like. This is not worth the effort and the wear and tear on my car, so I gave up. So
Yeah, I never had to deliver. Luckily, I was. I didn't start out as a manager, but I eventually was the manager. But it's definitely uh, get out there and deliver pizzas. It's a special breed of person to be able to do that. It
it
really
does take a
is.
special breed of person for that. So it's like nobody likes their first stuff, but if you don't start, you never get better. That is true. My goal is to get 1% better every time, but I'm usually averaging 0.0000001% better. That's so I'll just do that. This is inspiring. It is. I love to see people see. I do too. That's the other part.
I'm the
So
same way, and I just don't get it. It
yeah,
is. I mean, I know. I don't know with like in your genre of things, but mine is mostly cutthroat people that are just like, oof. Yeah, that was a highlight. Yeah, you guys are
mm-hmm.
right. All right, so let me explain that really fast.
Okay.
So there's a courtroom that we watched, a small courtroom. When you're in that business, you're trying to be, finding new things. And there's hundreds of courtrooms. Even now, at this point, there's hundreds of courtrooms. And we would find this place in Licking, Ohio. And, the people were amazing that were coming into court. They were definitely special, to say the least. And they were handled by Judge Stansberry. And in the jailhouse was a female corrections officer named Sue. And at the end of every time of showing people for the first appearance to the judge, he says, "All right, Sue, that's about it." And then Sue would saunter in. You can tell she'd been doing the job forever, and we'd all be like, "Oh, there's Sue." We made it a point that we liked Sue, and we wanted it to feel like anytime we got to see Sue, it was a special thing. And again, I think that it's almost like stuff I see on the screen isn't real. Sometimes it's like I'm just it's a TV show. It's nothing I'm really watching. And we had heard she was retiring, so we wanted to make sure we saw the last one where he says, "Hey, take care, Sue. Have a good day, whatever," and see her go. So we tuned in for that. We were all sitting there. We were like, "Oh man, it's gonna miss Sue. It's gonna be different without Sue." And she's thanking the judge. He's like, you've been doing this job for it's like 40 years. She's been doing this job and stuff. She's such a mainstay there in the jail system. And she says, "I got to do my shout out." And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." She's like, "I got to shout out our guys." I think she said our guys, our podcast guys. That's what she says. And I'm just sitting, and she says, "Credence and Mikey, thank you so much for all the support and everything." She's like, "That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to make sure I said that." And to know that this lady knew who we were and took time in the very last day of her work
Wow.
to thank us, I cried like a baby. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting teared up about it right now.
Yeah.
It just meant so much that, this individual, one, knew who we were.
Hmm.
No other courtrooms were ever covering them. Eventually a few did because they're hard to catch. You've got to really know their schedule. And Sue had meant so much to us each and every time to see her. And for her to have something to say like that on her last day meant the world to me.
Wow.
Always, it was a lot. It was very humbling, and just thinking about it still makes me a little wet in the eyes. But it was a lot. It meant a lot.
Wow.
And so the last thing I want to say to anybody is, no matter how much you think maybe you're not making a difference, that nobody's seeing what you're doing and it doesn't matter to anyone, you're wrong. It matters to somebody. It matters to somebody. It doesn't have to matter to a million people. It doesn't have to change the world. It just has to matter to somebody. And you keep it up, you keep working hard, and it will eventually. It will.
Wow. Yeah. That's fantastic. You got my eyes sweating over here too. So that's a yeah. I that's what makes all this worthwhile. Is
It does.
moments like that amazing stuff like that happens. That is just so beautiful. So yeah, there's several people said yeah, definitely the Sue shout out. So yep, highlight the Sue shout out. Coleslaw, not sure what that
Coleslaw
was.
wrestling, yeah. Coleslaw wrestling's a lot of fun too. Now let's not get crazy. Coleslaw wrestling is great.
Kitchen court chats, yes, the Sue shout out. Yeah, so a lot of people definitely agree that's one of your the manifesto was pretty awesome.
Well, all those things are amazing too.
We got a mystery, not a vampire, the crazy stuff, the live bread truck chase.
Yeah. Oh my God, the live bread truck chase. That the bread truck chase, if I'm not mistaken, was on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or something like that. It's either Thanksgiving or Christmas. I can't remember which one it was, but a lady had stole a bread truck and just was driving everywhere. And it was so entertaining to watch her stop and go and just drive around. And she didn't hurt anybody or anything, but it was just entertaining at the same time. I would love to get my channel We Got a Mystery going more. It's more of a segment I do to members only. But I love so much of like conspiracy theories and the Bigfoots and aliens and missing people and stuff. All those things mean so much to me personally. I would love to be able to do a channel just dedicated to doing those sorts of things. But again, I got to clone myself to do these things. So something's got to give somewhere. I can only stretch myself so far, and I've come to realize that. Oh, medium well. Medium well for sure, please. Thank you.
Say you like yoga pants. Thanks, Mikey.
What's up,
That's why
Doomfly?
his name is Mikey the Legend. Beautiful worlds, Mikey. We're kind of fond of you too, so that's good
I
stuff.
appreciate it.
Chase Family is medicinal and an educational channel for me, so I definitely agree. And if you're having a bad day, definitely watching your channel is definitely a way to get your days lifted. So you guys, you know, let's see, Arkansas Chase can't last that long with all the potholes in the roads.
It's rough. Some of those spots are rough. I'm like, who paved this road? I thought, it's like there'd be big sections that are just terrible. Like I don't even know how they're driving on these roads, let alone doing 110 down this back road. It's crazy. Yeah. And a lot of that stuff that you see over there on that is from YouTube. It's just directly from YouTube right on over there.
Consistently awesome. There you
go. They are consistently awesome for sure.
ASP's policy on pursuits helps a lot.
Yeah, they really do. And I'm telling you, if you don't like potty language, when they pull somebody over, you better turn it down because they're going to say one of their favorite phrases, and that's not for all audiences for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But
Yeah.
I appreciate people. I appreciate each and every one of them. There's no way I could do it without this
No.
amazing family we have. There's again no way. You got a 32nd. My goodness, wedding
Yeah.
anniversary coming up on
Congratulations.
in 2 more days. Well, enjoy that.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. Roy, will we ever see your wife come on? Has she ever been on your show?
She's been on my show once, maybe twice. She's like, I'm not meant to be on YouTube, she says. I think she would be wonderful with her own YouTube channel, but she hasn't ventured out to do that yet. So uh,
So it's a matter of time. It's gonna
yeah,
happen.
RLS Becca says she is 1 year behind me. So catch up. Come on, let's do this. I want to see you out there 4 years from now because I'm going to be out there. So
Yeah, and again, it means a lot.
why
You
can't I
know,
gift? Oh,
I,
yeah, go ahead. Oh,
yeah. There's no gifting over here. Yeah, I
I
know
don't have
that's
any
your thing.
gifting. If you wanted to go visit my Buy Me a Coffee page, I do have a link there. You're welcome to gift there. Or you can go to my merch store. I have some really cool shirts. I have a really cool Tetro Maker hat, coffee mug. If you did want to do that sort of stuff, yeah. See,
Get
he's
these.
wearing
We got
his
a chase
merch.
shirts. Get
Yeah,
them on with a hot,
yeah,
Roy. Hot. You gotta get them now. Coffee
yeah.
cups. You name it. We got
And
it.
I have a link to their link, so you can link Tracy and go find their store and everything. So you definitely should go buy some merch from Mikey and them. I don't think the channel's monetized. Yeah, I'm not monetized yet, but I do appreciate it.
Why
Um,
aren't you monetized yet, Roy? You've got 500.
well,
You
I gotta
can you
get a
can start doing
thousand. I
super.
gotta get 1,000 subs, and like I joked earlier, I'm the
You
mechanic.
don't need
This
1,000 subs. You
well,
can now apply. You got 500, so you can
yeah,
start getting super stickers and super chats.
it's true. My watch time took a hit last year when I had my last burnout, so I've been catching up. My watch time's been going up, so I'll be back there soon. I just
I'll give you some of mine. I'll send you over 1,000,000 watch hours, and we'll have it. You'll be in there.
I'm not sure how you put that in an envelope and ship it. FedEx obviously, but
I'd like to share these with old Roy, please. You send these over to Roy. I'd appreciate it. I really would.
yeah. Mikey, you are just one of my favorite people. I really appreciate you being on the show tonight, and I definitely like catching up with you because yeah, you're just awesome, and I know you work hard creating all the content that you do, and I know that your audience loves you because of it.
Yeah.
Um, and I thank you for coming over and being part of my celebration here because I was just excited to hit 3 years, man. I know. We
So
getting
I get to come back in 3 more years, right?
you can come back next year if you want. Back in April again.
All
We'll
right.
see how it goes. So
When my contract renews next year, I'll just come back.
yeah, yeah,
All right, good deal.
yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Delroy, and congratulations, buddy. You
Thank you.
deserve all the
Appreciate it.
success in the world. You really do.
And just thank you to everybody that came out tonight and watched us live. And just I do appreciate it. Thank you to all the likes and subscribes and everybody. Um, and I guess maybe I need to do a car chase video at some point just to say thank you.
Tell
But
me.
I'll just do one. That's just not my style. But just to thank everybody that came over to watch tonight. I need to go get a car chase. So that's why I had videos of races going on. So I hope that's
Oh,
almost
okay.
as good. So.
Chasing that win, baby. Just chasing
That's right.
that win.
Chasing the win, NASCAR, yeah, Formula One, a little bit of that. Get that out there. So, everybody, just have an amazing night. Mikey, thank you again for being on. Let's see, I'm supposed to tell you guys stuff like subscribe. If my button will work, fine. Just there you go. Hit that subscribe button if you're not currently a subscriber of mine. And then, wow, buttons are not working tonight. Just don't work then. See if I don't care. All right. I would have an outro here, and YouTube would say, go watch that video over there. Go watch that video over there. And yeah, whatever YouTube tells you to watch, of course, you're supposed to watch because there are our masters and overlords. So, all right. Everybody have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Mike, any last thoughts?
Stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. We'll see you tomorrow if we don't see you sooner.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.